Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so in my last video, I did a lot of reviews of my top products of 2019. And my top was the Cosmetics CC Illumination and the Bye Bye Redness. Well, as you can see, I'm sitting here with absolutely no makeup on because for me to give you a true review, like, yeah, it looks great at the end, but what did I actually have to cover up? So here I am, I'm gonna bear it all, acne, melasma, and sun damage. And I'm gonna show you really just, how great that it is. And I also forgot to mention that this has SPF 50 in it. So, it's really important so that this doesn't happen to you, that you're always wearing an SPF on your face. So a bit about my skin. I literally had perfect skin for my whole life until I guess it's probably around 2011, and then it basically just started freaking out. I get these large cystuous, everything. I mean, other than the sun damage, it's basically just the zits from my nose down, which I've been told is hormonally related. It doesn't really seem to be something like I can win or beat. I'm working on it. I have another video to do. I just took something last night for the very first time. And so I'm going to monitor that. And then of course I'll give you guys updates, but these are just like, this is just a large nodule that I don't even know. We're probably going on 6 weeks. It's still been there. Never really made it to the surface. Just kind of sits there, scars no matter what, even if, nothing really comes out of it, but whatever. The plan is figure out the acne. That's the first thing. And then we do Fraxel Dual and we just lift everything, like bye-bye old skin, hello baby skin. And that's going to get rid of all the acne scarring and the melasma and the sun damage. And because really we actually don't have freckles. They end up being sun damage. So all that's got to go, but we have to get under control. And until then, this is my answer. So first thing I do is I go in with Bye Bye Redness, okay? And I basically just start on my chin, and this is way lighter than my actual skin color. There's 3 colors of this, but I opted to get a lighter color because really they say that you can use it as just like a single, as a foundation, but it's too light for me, and I feel like it works most effectively if I kind of use it as a base. And then I go in and I color on top with my foundation. And then, of course, I contour and warm it up with a little bit of bronzer. And then I always set it and use my makeup setting spray. So here we go. So you can see this sun damage here. Terrible. And so before I got started, all I did was wash my face and put on my moisturizer. Okay, so that was just really starting from the very beginning. Hope that isn't annoying. I'm looking in this mirror. I honestly am new at this and I have no idea how people are doing it. I don't really know what's happening behind the camera. So I'm learning as I go. So a little bit lighter, quite a bit lighter than my natural skin tone. I blend a little bit on the chin, but not too much because really this isn't the main color that's going on my face. So honestly, this is way lighter and I look a bit like a ghost, but way better already. This patchiness is a lot more hidden. You can see this larger zit and then over here, but really the red ones and the scars and whatever sort of is brewing under the skin is pretty much hidden in that area. So I've just really got 2 major spots to combat, which, it's pretty darn good. Wash my face at night, say a quiet prayer to the acne gods. Please forgive the McDonald's I ate earlier. And please let me wake up without something new. It's worth a shot. So hasn't been working for 10 years, but at least we have makeup and at least we have It Cosmetics to come swoop in and save the day because that's literally what's going on. So then I take a really easy pump, not too much. It's buildable. So if you go around once and you feel like you need a little bit more, sometimes in this sun damaged area, I add more. But we'll see what we need today. So then a beauty blender, obviously everybody knows that they're using their beauty blender moist, right? Soak it, should be like like a quarter of the size of this when you start, when it's dry. And then you need to make sure that you're putting lots of lots of water on it and getting it to puff up. And then of course you are then squeezing it out. You're not having it dripping. You're not having it leave droplets of water on your skin. The beauty blender, I used to use my hands. And I mean, I know some people still do, but for me, a beauty blender is the way to go. It gives me that more flawless finish, more of an airbrush kind of look. So that's like pump 3, like for my forehead. And I really prefer it. And plus, you know what? It doesn't get my hands all covered in, and this stuff's got staying power. So you have to wash your hands 3 times. And again, I know I've said so many times that I'm dry, but like, I don't need anything else to dry my hands out anymore from all the washing. So here I've blended down a little bit. I also do a little bit on my ears because it's the same idea with your neck. Like you don't want to be one perfect color, then you got like crazy white ears or a crazy white neck. So this one, I mean, nose down, that counts for me. That's hormonal. And we're just going to have to layer up on that one. Okay, so that's basically lots of dabbing, especially because like I'm 33 years old, like we got wrinkles around our eyes. And that's another reason why I don't put anything else around my eyes. I've bought a lot of stuff that claims it doesn't crease and it's going to stay all day. And it just doesn't. To me, it makes my dark circles and the fine lines I have under my eyes look worse. So I go in like I just showed you with my Bye Bye Redness, and then I just do this. I'm not doing anything more to my eyes. Now, if somebody has a suggestion or they can tell me what else I could be doing for like this inner eye area here for this darkness or under here that's not going to make me look haggard, then please comment below or write me a message. Like, honestly, I'm open to anything. Okay, so that was 3 pumps, basically 1 for one side, blend up, 1 for the other, and then forehead area, and then a light blend down onto my neck. I'm going to do a little bit of bronzer on my neck. So I just basically am blending my profile here, but not too much. I know some people go a lot farther down, but to be honest, my skin down here is darker than my face because I'm not tanning anymore. Doesn't erase any of the damage you already have. Okay, so now, and I wanted to make a comment. I have no eyelashes. I had eyelash extensions for a really long time. They were done by the very lovely Angelina at High Maintenance Beauty, just like my hair. And they were absolutely amazing. But like a normal woman, I'm like, I'm going to take them off. So I took them off. But if anyone's ever had them before, they know exactly what period I'm talking about. It was 2 weeks ago. And these are like pretty darn stubby. I mean, they're healthy, but it's just what happens when you take off your eyelash extensions. So I actually, sidebar, I started doing Latisse, okay? But obviously I can't show you guys the video until I've had some progress. So this is week 2 for me. I took pictures of week 1, week 2, and so I got to wait a little longer before I can show you how much I love the product, which I know that I will. Anyway, that comes later. So what I go in after that with, I go Kat Von D, her contour. It's shade and light. It is. So some people are cream people and some people are powder people. So far, I feel like I'm a powder person when it comes to contour. So it comes in 3 pretty awesome shades. This one, as you can see, they're quite light. I don't use them. If I want to highlight, I use between these 2 colors. Sometimes I mix them. This is quite dark, and if you put your brush in it and put it on your face, it leaves a giant streak. So that one's definitely not for me. But I find that this brown one is a really safe color. So I go in with my Tarte brushes. I mean, obviously they look like mermaid tails, and they have synthetic fibers, and they're quite nice, and they have longevity. So I'm sure there's better brushes, but these are cute and I love them. So when it comes to my contour, there's lots of different people that say all sorts of different things. make a fish face, unfollow. You know, what you're looking to do is you're looking to separate your cheekbone from the lower side of your face. It's basically the art of shadowing. So you're gonna, I don't know if you can see this, but when I'm talking, this part of my face moves to sort of like indents. And if you do the fishy face, like it's not the wrong way to do it. Like that line there. But what the other important thing you need to make sure you're doing when you're contouring is, well, there's a couple different ways and reasons people contour. Make your chin, or you make your jawline look more defined, make your nose look thinner, make your forehead look smaller. And of course, you know, that nip and tuck, really defined cheekbone. I basically do just my cheekbones, but then I always make sure I go up. So it's basically up and around. Like you don't want this to be disconnected with this. I am just a girl that does makeup and has been doing makeup my whole adult life. I am not a makeup artist, but this is what I do. And, you know, it seems to work out for me. No one's ever told me that, wow, what the hell are you doing with your makeup? So let's just do what I do. And if you're doing what you're doing and you love it, stick to it. Okay. So bit of a fishy face. It was just a light dab because of course you can always add more, but once you put on a buttload, you can't take it off. Well, you can, but I'm not into the full restart. Okay. So then, like I said, we're coming down the cheek, up the temple, and then around, warming, pulling down from the hairline. Put that on my lap. Okay. So make sure you don't have any heavy lines. Okay. And then continuing on. Also, it just kind of gives that little bit of a tan look without like your face being one color, because that's not the way people tan anyway, and it doesn't look normal. Okay. So we've got that going on. Let's go to the other side. Like I said, it's just a light dip. Sometimes I pat, but it's more of a drag. And I don't know. I'm working on trying to find the best light in this house. Honestly, it's way more difficult than you think. So you can start to see, you don't want to pull it down too far close to your mouth because then you're going to look like Skeletor. But you definitely want to highlight those cheekbones and separate them basically from the bottom of your face. Okay, and then up into the hairline. Now, some people then take, say, a smaller brush and they would do the sides of their nose. So the sides of their nose is darker than the middle of their nose, and it gives the appearance of a thinner nose. I don't really care about that. So the jawline, I also am not doing anything with. I kind of do a little bit when I do my bronzer, so we'll touch on that after. But the Kat Von D Shade and Light is, I don't even know. I think I've had this for a year and a half. Like, yeah, I'm never going to get through it. It's amazing. Okay, so then at this point, I would do, this is my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. This is, I don't know how anyone lives without it. So another thing that I wanted to mention is I pulled my eyebrows for the very first time when I was 14 on my granny's bathroom counter. In, I guess that would be the early 2000s, when really thin, next to no brows with a ridiculous amount of space in between them was really in, or so I thought. But I happen to be one of those people that if you pull your eyebrows, they never come back. So these eyebrows, I struggled for a long time just filling them in, and turns out filling them in incorrectly. But then I finally, about, I guess I'm probably going on 3 years now, I found out about Brie at B Studio. She is in Vancouver and she is a magician. I don't even want to show you what these look like before. So I had my eyebrows microbladed, and it's really the greatest thing that ever happened to me. Like with the acne side and whatever, I would still leave the house. Okay, fine. If you had to leave the house with like no clothes on, no makeup on, or no brows, I would literally do the two latter. I just couldn't leave my house without my brows. So honestly, it's a game changer for me. I'm going to do a video because I got to go for a touch-up with Brie, and she's agreed that I can bring my camera in there and kind of do the whole thing. So I will show you guys what the process is if you're interested, and if you've never done it before. It is, she puts numbing cream on. You can't feel a thing. You get to lie there in a comfy bed. You get to have her amazing company. It is one of the best things I've ever done. And I've done a lot of stuff, like when it comes to beauty and the pursuit. So I just give them a tiny touch. And like I said, I'm due for, she calls it a touch-up. So we basically just go back in and fill in anywhere, the spots where it, technically, I guess, the tattoo or the microblading, the pigment is missing. So I'm really looking forward to that, and stay tuned for that video as well, because I'm driving to Vancouver and we're going to go see Brie. Okay, so that's good enough for me, honestly. It's not really going to get much better than that, except for my concealer. Darn it. I better go get that. So for concealer to, I guess, spot conceal, I use this product. It's a Derma Blend. Now, if any of you have children and they get inside your makeup bag and roll it all up into the top and then close it, this is what happens to your products. But Derma Blend, I feel like it's just the right color and the right consistency. It also doesn't need a lot of maintenance during the day. I mean, mind you, I bring it with me in my bag just in case. And these lumps like this, like, they're not oozing, but they are hard to conceal. You're going to get the wrong light and you're going to see it. So part acceptance, part covering the best you can so you can get out the door. And I mean, there's not much more you can do. This one on my nose area, how annoying is that? And this is actually not so bad for layering as well. It will build. This is kind of a tough spot right here because you have all these little pores right here. And once you start putting stuff on it, it kind of makes it noticeable, but whatever. It's a little bit of redness under my nose. I put a little bit there too. Now, for this sun damage, guaranteed you guys can still see that. I actually do this on top right now until I can treat this. It really bothers me. So, and it kind of gets, if you're looking for that airbrushed, really nice skin look, you're going to have to cover it. So this is where I go with my Derma Blend concealer stick as well. Just a few spots that really stick out for me. So I just hit those a little bit. And again, porous up here, so it's a little harder to hide that you have makeup on there, but like I said, the stick does a pretty good job. So I'm not too worried about too much more, but I do like to, and see that's definitely layering on that one. It's a little darker than the other ones. And like this light too, not very forgiving, I gotta say. Like outside light's almost even nicer than this. This is mean light. Okay, and like, I'm sure I could go forever, but I'm not going to because I don't have that kind of time. I'm on borrowed time as it is. My daughter's in the living room waiting for me. I asked her for 10 minutes and that's all I'm gonna get. Okay, so once we've done that, what would be the point of doing all that taxing work and then not setting it? I do two types of setting. I use the Huda Beauty Pound Cake. I set it with powder first. Okay, so this is just really easy. Don't be scared. It's completely translucent. It doesn't erase or diminish the colors I've already put on my face, okay? So I do a process of, so it's got this little strainer inside of it. I don't know if you can see that in the powder. It's to keep it from just dunking and you've got way too much. But I can kind of poofs out of there, but I poof on there. And then just to make sure I don't have too much, I just do this on the lid. Okay, so I'm kind of gonna get it rocking a bit. And then I press all under my eyes. This helps with the creasing and longevity, obviously, but the creasing for me under my eyes, like, again, I'm not young anymore. Okay. And then, so I just go ahead and press, and you're just dabbing just like you would blend. Just like you would blend your foundation. I do a little bit on my chin. And as you can see, it's totally white, but it goes translucent on your skin. And I don't think it makes me look dusty or lightens up all the work that I just did, making myself look warm. It is just really helpful in setting and keeping it there. And like I said, for me, it's about the creases around my eyes and trying to get that to stay away as long as possible. Okay, so I don't think I look any dustier. I really don't probably look any different, but it does give it that little bit of a blur and it gives it longevity. So the Huda Beauty. Actually, I didn't do that in the right order. I should have warmed if I was going to warm. I like this Too Faced bronzer. It's really amazing. It's a matte. I don't really like that sparkle. I feel like I'm a little too old for all that. Maybe on holiday. But it also smells like chocolate. So that's a win for me. So I just give it a big swirl. It's getting low, so I'm swirling probably more than I would. But this is where my little bit of definition in my jawline is coming in. And then, of course, you don't want that dark face with a light neck. So, like, I don't even really watch what I'm doing. I just go by feel. This is really, really similar to the color that I am. So it's really just blending the natural color down on my neck with the color that I applied 16 layers onto my face. And around behind your ear, don't forget, because, well, people see that. Okay, so Too Faced, excellent, smells like chocolate. So that's pretty much it for my face. I still got to do my lips, but that's when I go in with my Kat Von D Locket that I talked about in my last video. And like I said, the spray is really nice and finite. So and it smells like flowers, but it's quite nice. I mean, I'm sure it's full of chemicals, but I'm not that against chemicals if it works. So they say you're not really supposed to breathe it in. That was probably a lot of sprays, but I love it. And then when we talk about lipstick, so then I kind of just, normally I would go in and obviously do something with my eyelashes, but they're so small and pitiful that I'm leaving them and I'm just going. Like I said, if I got brows and I've covered up my acne, I'm good to go. So if you guys wear lipstick, I don't know why you would ever be wearing lipstick without a primer. That's insane, okay? So this is my Urban Decay Ozone. It's a stick. It sharpens just like a pencil. It's kind of like smooth, but kind of not. It's not liquidy. This is like how much I love it. It's so low. It's almost time for a new one, but it is absolutely amazing. Anything that promises that it's long lasting or it's going to stay all day or vibrant color or stays matte, whatever it is that they promise, you're not going to give it a helping hand unless you're putting on a primer underneath. So this is sort of, this is an easy one too. I just go, it's also going to help your lipstick from doing what they call feathering. Okay, feathering is when you have it on here and it slowly starts to just, well, feather up. If you're doing a tight line with lip liner, you don't want that going any higher than exactly where you put it. Okay, so it's sort of like make sure you're doing it on the inside, like a little bit like that as well. So it's sort of like a dabbing process. It's like sticky, but not really sticky. The instructions, nothing says about going in right away and putting on your lipstick. I don't wait. I don't really see the purpose of waiting. So then my color that I'm loving right now, this is a Bite Beauty. It's like a lipstick crayon. It rolls up. It's really awesome. The color is Glace. And it's a matte cream lipstick crayon. I'm sort of more into matte. I have a lot of shiny stuff, but I do believe shiny probably makes your lips look bigger, etc. But like I said, I'm not a makeup artist. This is just how I get by. So I'm going to use the mirror because I might be able to freestyle that one, but I cannot freestyle this. When it's new, it's pointed, which makes things a lot easier, but I've been using it and loving it, so it is not pointed anymore, and it is not sharpenable. So once it gets kind of low and stubby, you just gotta be patient with it. And then I find that my lips are a little bit lopsided. I don't think that anyone else would notice, but you know how we women are. So, and there's all sorts of tricks to lining and overlining, okay? I don't really know that many of them, and I don't always apply them because I feel like I look a bit like a clown. But the biggest thing is making sure your Cupid bows are even. That's this right here. Okay, so that obviously you don't have one lip that looks way higher than the other because that wouldn't be normal or attractive. And just like all bodies, like face symmetry, breast, whatever, it doesn't matter. Not all sides of our body are created equal. This side of my lip is a little bit bigger than this side. So I just attempt to compensate a little bit. That's the beauty of lipstick and makeup. I feel sad for those boys that don't wear makeup and they just, or maybe that's good. They just live with how they are. I don't know, but any corrections that I see on myself, try to make them. Okay, so a little bit with overlining the bottom. A bottom pout, who doesn't want that, okay? The trick is that you need to be overlining a tiny bit right here, and then it tapers back into the corners of your mouth. You do all the way, and we're talking like clown showing up at a birthday party. So a little, now, like I said, it's way easier when it's sharper. But a little overline, and for me, Q-tips are my best friend. You just make sure the overline is even down here for that little bit of pout, and like I said, it's tapering up. So I still think that this lip looks smaller on this side. And also, like I did in my last video, these little face razors. Well, when you do your lipstick and you're doing a little bit of overlining, if you're overlining into a bunch of fur, it's certainly going to look like it. So you make sure that's all clean and done. And then you're doing your lipstick is like miles easier. I can't even tell you. It's crazy. So I have a little spot right there that I didn't like. So okay. I have no eyelashes. I have strip lashes I could put on, which is sort of another video. I don't know. You got to put your glue on and you got to use your tweezers and it's kind of taxing. So for me, skip. This is basically how I'm going to roll today. And like I said, normally I would do something with my eyes, but I'm like kind of in lash sadness, but we'll get there. So for me, it's about muting the base, trying to cover up any of the imperfections that bother me. Go in with your foundation, make everything look nice and even. You're gonna highlight the beautiful parts of your face by giving yourself a little bit of contour, warming things up. And then, generally speaking, I usually put on lipstick and then of course I cover up those spots that I really don't like and my eyebrows have got to be on point. But those are really thanks to Brie. That's not really anything I've done. So this is pretty much how I rock it to leave the day. And that really all was about It Cosmetics, to show you, what it looks like when I start and, how much better it really truly makes my skin look by the time I'm done. Okay, well, I really appreciate you guys watching my video today. And like I said, I've got a couple things coming down the pipe. I also have to check the mail. As you know, I live in the Great White North, and I also live outside city limits. So if you think that the postman is coming to my house, think again. So I got to go to the post office, see if a few of my treats have come in the mail, because I got lots of stuff coming for you in my next videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next one. It's The Shelf Life.